Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and welcome back to my playthrough of Endwalker. So last time we ended up with Medion running around, having a good look at Elpis, our first look at Elpis. We learned a little bit more about Elpis in general, as well as with Hermes. Hermes was just offered the position of Fan Daniel. We, of course, know that he's going to take them up on the offer, just not yet. He seems pretty hesitant to do so. He's a very different person than what I imagined him to be, and I'm kind of blown away by the whole thing. Um, yeah, so we're getting ready to move on. It looks like we're going to continue our little inspection of the rest of Elpis. We haven't run into Vana yet, who of course we know is going to become Hythlodaeus. We haven't run into Elpis yet. I'm sure that that'll come eventually. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so we got Claire ready to go. And I love I love these guys. They really outdid themselves with this part of the expansion. So the next quest is called Their Greatest Contribution. And I just have to have a look at Medion real quick. Lucky or no, we're friends in thinness. I don't know about that, but hey. All appears to be well. This shouldn't take long. So we're still investigating the Gubu. Okay, Emet-Selch appears to be deep in thought. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it even if we knew. But it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me! That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is, I still can't understand his hesitation. What do you specialize in? Oh, you wish to know why Emet-Selch was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. At least you've forgotten. We're to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is none of your concern. And look at him sulking. Oh, Hythlodaeus, I love you. What now? Okay, I want to learn more about the convocation. If you would accompany us, I suppose you should at least know that much. The Convocation of 14 is a governing body that determines meated policies. Our goal is to ensure that all is right in creation, that our star may know a brighter future. As the name suggests, the council is comprised of 14 offices, each of which is held by an individual chosen for their surpassing abilities. Depending on the office, one is required to either be an authority in a certain field or possess skills that would facilitate the performance of their stipend duties. The former category includes Metreon, specialist in aquatic life. Laudrith specializes in terrestrial life and husbandry. Halmurat specializes in fungi and plant life. Amaroth specializes in medicine and healing. And La Habrea, specialist in creation magic, who was brought forth phantom beings of the highest complexity. As for the latter category, there is Ultima, advocate of the arts, Egeorm, champion of enlightenment and rhetoric, Pashtariot, preserver of discipline and order, Emet-Selch, keeper of the ethereal realm or underworld in the vernacular, Bandaniel, pursuer of extant phenomena, and Azim, traveler of the world and consular to the people. What, should I be revealing each details to you? Don't be silly, even children know this much, and you would do well to remember it all. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll tell you the tale when we're away from the sensitive ears. I like this guy even more and more. Okay, what's next? My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Ampulos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released onto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Carabidus. That is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Okay, so I have no idea what this is going to be. Probably something cute and fuzzy? My best bet? Oh! I wasn't expecting that! The flying snakes! Okay! Let's see here. Oh, forgive me. I thought another member of the convocation had come. This is turning out to be an eventful day. You're so twitchy. Why is this one blue and shiny? I don't know. I like it. There's a slight difference in etheric balance between these Carabiduses. By this, it may be assumed that they aren't the original creations, but their offspring. Ah, okay. A serpentine bird or a winged snake? That's a good question. Oh well. I understand there's a problem with one of the Carabidus. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Carabidus is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimen created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature was born with etheric balance leaning strongly towards water, its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I would revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Carabidus would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it's too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I will transform and fly with it, helping it to maintain wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. Well, we know they can transform. You don't know? Of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless. Shameful. Really? It's big talk from you, Emet-Selch. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that, when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emet-Selch, may I trouble you to move that Carabidus away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. Oh, he's so sweet. I trust you don't mind. Wonder what they're going to do. Hythlodaeus is a man of ideas. I wonder what he has thought up this time. Such bother when we could simply begin anew, but I shall defer to the chief overseer. You're so impatient. We must help the Carabidis to fly, or else they will all die. Yeah, that's a good idea. Emet-Selch is out of sight. Good, let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emet-Selch train the Carabidis. He's gonna train it? Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. And with his that spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you describe, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Claire, I want you to go to Emet-Selch. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Now, off you go now, and good luck. Okay. Okay, so we really have to ask him. I have a favor to ask. Okay, fine. Where'd he go? Well, he certainly took it far off. I wonder what's below us. I'm just generally curious. Jeez, Hades, where did you go? There he is. Well, are your preparations for the scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? I think we're starting to grow on him. I really do. I mean, I don't think Hythlodaeus would have sent us after him if he didn't think so. Okay, so it's a pain when I have just a controller. Put it all in one at a time. I know, I've been meaning to get a keyboard, but what can you do? Oh, no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh, I don't know what Hythlodaeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. Hythlodaeus is to be believed. Relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-weary Emet-Selch. Okay, and please, Emet-Selch. I mean, I don't think he'll refuse for long. Like I said, just putting it all in one at a time. Oh, guess it worked.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
That's a strange threat.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
How can you say no to that face? There's no running, buddy. You got no choice.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Did he just summon the Shadowbringer's mount? What?
I will aid it once it is taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Oh, are we getting that moment alone with him after all? I didn't think that we would.
You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so.
Really? Oh.
What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emet-Selch has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Really? That doesn't sound like him.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend.
Aww.
A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emet-Selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern.
Aww.
When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents.
No, it's flying!
And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him.
Oh, that's so sweet.
They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star.
Oh.
Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
that! Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on.
I'm so touched.
Why don't you go and signal to Emet-Selch? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
It's official. He's now just jumped up to the top of my good boy list. I love this character so much. Oh. I can see why they made a copy of him. Like, why Emet-Selch made a copy of him back in Amarot. Like, how can you not love this guy? If I didn't know better, I'd say Emet-Selch is enjoying himself. Not that he ever deigned to admit it. Look, Claire, look how well the Charybdis flies. It's flying. It's really flying, as if it were born to do so. Thank goodness. I mean, even if it wasn't, I mean, I'm sure they could find, like, another use for it. Emerging from his reverie, Emet-Selch notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. Sorry. I had a problem with speech when I was a kid, so it's sometimes hard for me to pronounce things. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Claire and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you'll need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion, if and when the need arises. They are? Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that's what you want. If I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. Yes, I like that. As you wish, Chief, as you wish. I don't see what the problem is. I mean, sure, it can't fly at first, but they can find other uses for it rather than just killing them off. Hermes. I'm fine. Don't worry. Now that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Anagoresis for now. That was such a wonderful little cutscene. It was adorable. Oh, my eye can't stop watering. Alright. I can't wait to see how all of this wraps up. I really can't. Whoa, it's those things. Those are rare sights. I swear, some of these creations that they make me wonder, like, if they have been drunk at some point when they came up with it. So apparently, any idea they have can come into being if they just put enough ether into it. That's what their creation magic is all about, but really seeing these things, like some of them, You really have to wonder just what they were thinking. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At the end, most of all. So did I.
All the creations are happy. That makes me happy too.
Now you see what I do. Was it everything you were expecting? What? Want me to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Sure. Sure. We'll believe you. We'll believe you. Okay, what's next? Ether to ether. Something seems to be weighing on Hermes' mind. But tell me, Claire, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Not sure what I'm looking for, but I don't think I found it yet. I mean, the Dynamis thing was interesting. I definitely think that has something to do with it, but yeah, I'm still kind of lost. If only my work were more interesting. Nevertheless, I'm still indebted to you for keeping Medion company. If there is aught I might do, you need but ask. Such a nice guy. I love this version of him. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Something the matter? The Ichelon. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby Orchipetus, slaughtering them. Is the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I just fed them myself, and the Orchipetus were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Ichelon that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off to the path of the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however.
Hermes, wait!
Is this part of his work? Then I would observe. We follow. I noticed that he didn't tell us to go away this time, so I think maybe he's starting to like us? Maybe a little? I don't know. I just have to look. Let's see. What kind of creatures are they? The names are completely throwing me off. I honestly thought that it was going to be called a unicorn. It's not called a unicorn. It's definitely night, but it's still so light out. Ugh. So I guess these are the ancestors of the Trents. Oh, they look so weird. Oh, it's these things.
It's heavy. Hermes' pain.
The Orchipite is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land. Yet they didn't stand a chance against the Ichelon. Fearsome beast is Ichelon, but where is it now? Lacerations and burns are unmistakable. The Ichelon was indeed responsible. The creature's nowhere to be seen. Doris must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emet-Selch and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Ichelon did not escape. Do you even know what it is? My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Claire.
Come, come, it's down this path and over the bridge.
Looks like it's the same thing that they're saying. Okay. Alright, so it's one of the second islands and an aetheryte. Yes, I like that. I don't see how, like, a place like this has 3 aetherytes, yet Coorthus, like the Western Highlands, only has 1. Well, then again, I guess the people are kind of lazy here. They just have to snap their fingers and they get whatever they want, you know. Ooh, griffins! We have griffins here. Oh, occurrence! Yes! Let's grab that on our way up. Wonder what else we'll run into.
This is it, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him.
She's now accompanying us. Oh, she's accompanying us again. How do you not know what this Doros looks like, though? I mean, I get that he wears a hood and a mask and everything, but you'd think you remember his hair color. Then again, I have problems remembering what color mine is half the time. Oh, look at this. We got some Pegasus! Oh, so nice. Okay, dark-haired man. Once I get back and record today's results, I should finally be able to put that report to bed.
Not Doros. His hair is long, but the color is wrong.
Okay. Here we go.
Doros, that's Doros.
Well now, if it isn't Medion, what brings you here? As I thought, I heard some familiar voices. Didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Ichelons, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kittis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It is as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. Well, what brings you here?
Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were.
We've heard the news that an Ichelon slaughtered Ogyapitas as an observer in charge, where you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength make for a highly problematic combination. Matters not where they are released. Ichelons would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outliner? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. We've even used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, so their behavior was unchanged. Kairos. A memory reconfiguration system. The Chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Why do I not like the sound of this? I really don't. Quite impressive and potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Pashtariat may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an obtrusive act I deeply abhor, but it's still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, it's not so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine process. I don't like this. I don't like how they're treating all this. I'm starting to get a bigger picture of maybe why it was a good idea that the world was sundered and like people kind of lost their creation magics if they're just playing God like this. It's not good. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Eikons have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, so that we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emet-Selch may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. Oh, she's sad. Okay, gotta pause it there just real quick. I'll be back in a sec.
1 hour later.
Okay, back. Sorry about that. Had to skip ahead. We are back in broad daylight, though. We have a duty to the star. This I know, but it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. Oh, that's so nice.
To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes told me once.
I'm sad now. A sentimental gift. You needn't be an Enteleki to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time Medion, are you feeling unwell?
It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Claire.
Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Medion in your care again? I mean, I've grown kind of fond of her, so I don't mind. I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. You okay?
Can you help me with something, Claire? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most, of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders.
Okay, she's accompanying us once more. So let's go ahead and look for some flowers. I mean, there's plenty of flowers.
Search for the 12 wonders first.
I mean, I don't think you can go anywhere without seeing flowers. Okay. Tree in bloom. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree.
Ooh, so big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes says.
Slender tree. Don't really see flowers. Tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers.
No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup.
Let's
Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far.
Oh, that's okay, I'm not worried. I mean, I don't know why you're passing up all these other flowers, though. I mean, what's wrong with them? Flower bed. Array of beautiful flowers grows in the bed, their mix of color forming a pattern.
These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous.
Okay, we leave it alone.
Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep looking.
Whoa. Oh, it's one of those things! Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations.
Oh, a conion, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Claire, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon.
Yeah, I'm so good I don't pay any attention to the billions of flowers around me. I mean, look at these pink ones, for example, that we're running across. What's next? Spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers.
Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, Claire! Something big! Huge!
Are we talking about the morble? I mean, I don't know what you guys call it, but... Oh, God. Terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the morble-like creature before you. Oh, okay, so it's not going to attack us.
It's an Adonis. The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Claire? Would he like it?
No. Oh, poor guy. It's probably not the good sort of memory.
So not this one either. Finding a good flower. It's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Claire, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise.
Okay, I wonder what the point is for all this, but hey. Lush fields. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins.
Aw, there's nothing. That shiny thing over there. What could it be?
What shiny thing? Guessing where those people are. Oh! We got Elpis flowers!
Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're intelleckies. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright.
I remember.
Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion?
I don't like where this is going. I've known the pain and sorrow of loss, she says with a smile.
I see. Hermes has known the same. The feeling that a part of you is gone, again and again, but no one notices. Please, Claire, won't you lend it to me, your pain and sorrow?
Okay, I don't like where this is going.
I want you to make the flower dark, in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. Truly, you'll do it? Thank you, Claire. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him.
I mean, it might not be a good reaction, Medion. I mean, this might backfire. Especially since I know what he's going to become someday. Okay, I feel like this is a bad idea. I just hope that whatever else happens here, we're not responsible for the final days. I mean, we're kind of responsible for the seconds, but it would be devastating to learn that we were responsible for both of them. Oh boy. This is just nuts so far. I'm sorry, I couldn't figure out how to get back in. So where's Hermes?
Seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they finished.
We waited a long time. It's night.
Hermes!
Oh. You were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes. We've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
He's cute.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will. And when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. But they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. Owen asked what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis. Or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Comfort. Let's have no more brooding, huh?
Indeed. Difficult though it may be, I must endeavor to be strong like you. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters.
Sisters?
Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them. And they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life.
Wow.
As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let's head back.
All right.
What's going on? Wow, I mean, that is a big thing. I mean, exploring outer space, meeting new civilizations out there among the stars. I mean, we know other life is possible. I mean, we have Midgardsimer, for example, but this is something else. Okay, were you able to get some rest? Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. I'm fine! The prodigal familiar returns, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. Just say it. You like me.
I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Claire. It will help, I hope. Today will be difficult for him.
Okay, verdict and execution. Hermes appears solemn and sorrowful. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it's time I attend to my next task. As Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Ichelons. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doris has followed the correct protocols, and as chief overseer, I could find no fault in his judgment. The Ichelons would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved for a restricted purpose, hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Ichelons have served their purpose. Doris has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to the study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. I can't wait to see these things. We've heard so much about them. That was something else, though. I mean, Hermes seems really big into really big ideas like that. And oh, wow, so that's what they were. Oh man. At least now we know what they were talking about. You okay? Doris, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with etheric shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. Probably sensed what was coming. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 Wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Claire handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emet-Selch, unneeded though it is. Meteion, you are to stay here with Doris.
Hermes.
The Ichelons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain, and mine. This is my burden, not yours, but if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. I mean, we're not exactly amateurs when it comes to killing things. Oh, this music. Never mind my wounds. They are easily healed. It is the Ichelons which concern me.
Stay with Hermes, Claire. He will need someone when the time comes.
Alright, let's go find him. It's funny that none of the observers here are shocked by any of our mounts. I think they would be fascinated. And the best part is we can just tell them it's a conscript that we've made, or rather what Azim made. They probably buy it too. I appreciate your help. It's the element that is necessary. There it is, our quarry within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the Ichelon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will release orbs of flame. But fear not, by my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Let us begin. Okay, let's go. That it? Oh, destination. Can you see that?
Now.
Oh, that staff! That's like the like on the hospitals. What's the name? I don't know. Oh, but that makes sense because that was Hermes' mark too.
Oh. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten, in concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
Oh, this is so good.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
This is such a good story. I love it. Oh, those are some deep, deep questions. He brought up some good points. It's been quite an exciting visit for you thus far. Oh, you weren't injured, were you? Good, good. The other Ichelons have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in the Elpis continues as normal, or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? I'd rather not know. Okay, oh, so we can't go any further. Travelers at the Crossroads. Well, we're almost up to 87 anyway, so I guess that's gonna be it for right now. Got no choice, so sorry about that. I plan to go at least a little bit further, but I love Hermes now. At least, not Van Daniel, Hermes. And it's just such a good story so far. I really hope they keep this momentum going. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next, but it looks like we're separated from Hermes right now for a little while, him and Meteon, it looks like. So I guess we're just going to go on with Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus. I don't know where we're going to next. I'm really wondering when we'll come across Vana and the others, but yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really liked it so far, and yes, so this is going to be Fantasy Girl signing out. So till next time, take care.